Hey everyone. Um basically, so I just let my family be them because I'm not gonna let them cloud my judgment or hurt me anymore and that and but as you all know I am Muslim and I know that in Islam they say no images, but seeing my mom's picture is what keeps me going every day. Not just from Allah. I know I should just focus on Allah, but sometimes just focusing on Him ain't enough. I mean, even though it should be enough, especially whenever there's negativity in my life, it's like, it's not like a nothing, but basically also helps me to remember, you know, and what she looked like. And they also included dolls, but I remember when I first moved here 2 years ago, and I couldn't afford, you know, a cat, and I heard about reborns, but I couldn't afford them. So the first two dolls I actually got were actually baby born dolls. I had a Caucasian boy, but over time I started having problems with them and, had to let them go. Um, but while I still had them, I also was collecting, baby alive dolls. But I had the first person that I had from Advancing Opportunities, which she no longer works there. She said I claimed I had too many dolls. So I didn't want to argue with her, so I just gave all the baby lives I had. So that's why after a while, you didn't see them any more videos with them. So I did still make doll videos, but it was just with the two baby ones I had. Then I decided to get the African American one, and then I was just making videos with that one. But I still had the other two. But then I remember, this was off camera. I did try to do a feeding with the other two, but I was having so many issues with their plumbing because for me trying to find a recipe that would work with it, food recipe that would work with them and stuff like that, and as a result their system just got. So I said, you know what, I'm just gonna let them go, and if I'm able to replace them in the future, then I'll replace them. But if I can't, then that's okay too. So then I had just the African American one, and it was right after her that I heard about the Paradise Galleries dolls. And I remember the first time I looked on their site, I said, these are pretty decent. The prices are pretty decent. But at the time I couldn't afford it. So I just had my African American baby born at that time. So then after I got her, I actually got, and then they came out with a new version of that doll, but they brought it here to the US in 3 ethnicities. So I decided to get the Hispanic version, which I still have. I don't know when I'm going to be doing videos with them. Because right now I've kind of lost their original clothing and I don't have any diapers for them. And so that's why. And I know I would have to buy disposable diapers if I wanted to actually feed them. So that's why I haven't really been doing anything with them. And then my African American one, her crying function stopped working. So I ended up having to replace her. Which I did get the replacement. And then it was right after that one, I was going to sell the original African American one that I got. But when I tried to feed her, nothing wouldn't go through her. And I tried unclogging her with no success, so I just let her go. And that was it. And then once I had the money, I got Miriam here. Had her ball sitting here. And yeah. Basically, I want to get another one, but from the same series as her. And I actually found out they came out with another boy. There's actually 2 boys in the series now. Because I thought Ladies Man was the only one. But they actually have another one. I forgot what his name was, but he comes in a gray blanket. I would have to look it up. And I'm like, that is so cool. And then do I want to get him or do I still want to go with Ladies Man? And I think Ladies Man actually looks better. Well, expression-wise. But they're both good. I mean, if I could get both of them, I would. So, yeah. So, I figure right now, since I really can't afford, which if I do get disposable diapers for my baby borns, it would just be like once a month. Unless I get really big ones. I can only get maybe like 1 or 2 feeding out of 1 diaper. Like if I get preemie, I would literally, after 1 feeding, I would have to change them. The newborn diapers I could get like 2 feedings out of. The newborn and the size 1 I could get probably like 2 feedings out of. Size 2, haven't tried that yet. Like a 2 or a 3, I would probably get like at least 3 out of, but then it would look all awkward on them when all big. But it's good. It's all good. And that's basically my doll story. Would I like to bring back Baby Alives to my channel? Yes. Would I like to bring the Baby Borns back onto my channel? Yes, I would. But I haven't done anything with them since I got, Miriam here. Because I figure I have a ton of Baby Born videos. Plus, I have a ton of Baby Born videos that, and not too many Reborn videos. So that's why, video-wise, I just been focusing on her. And when I get him, I'll probably just focus on two of these. Just him and her. I'll probably be mostly, doing feedings and stuff with him. Just to get him into the loop and everything. I would like to get him this year, but... And I put all his bottles in the drawers and stuff like that. And the Tobias and them would talk about living on your own ain't easy. But I already knew that. I didn't need them to tell me that. Because I already knew that by the way they were struggling sometimes. But to me, it's just not the same type of struggle. I mean, if they get a check every 2 weeks, so it's like they get one check, whatever they can't pay out of that check, they could just pay out the next one, which would be like 2 weeks later. So it's like the month begins, I get one check, and then that's all the money I get for the entire month. So made her this bottle. I guess. Sure, I didn't unseal it. Hold on. I'm trying to get this nipple to kind of stay down so I can feed her. And it unpopped out again. So, it's gonna go like that. Yeah. So, yeah. I just really love her. And, like, this doll. I mean, before I got, like, after I started collecting dolls, that's when I got my cat Mecca. And then things didn't work out with him. So, I was, sometimes I would, play with him. Sometimes I would play with my dolls. He was the type of cat where I guess he just wanted attention all the time. So, yeah. And just want to start incorporating other stuff onto my channel. Like, I do write poetry. I would like to incorporate that in, you know, different types of art. And I mean, I want my channel to be about everything that I like to do, you know. People. And, oh yeah, I remember I went to, I forgot the name of the store, but it was one of those, and it was like a Muslim lady that worked there. She just had her hijab on, a long sleeve shirt and pants on. So, my aunt, we go back to where the changing area is because she had to use the bathroom. So I'm standing outside waiting for her. The lady sees me and doesn't even greet me. It's like, so I don't know if she was judging me based on what I was wearing. I mean, my head was covered up. It's just that everything was covered except for my arms and my feet. That was about it. And my face. But yeah, with the condition that my skin is in, I don't know what type of skin condition I have. I don't know if it's an allergic reaction or eczema or just a plain old heat rash. I don't know if it's that or a combination of everything. Then I'm thinking it could be a combination of everything, but all I know is that from the time the spring starts to the end of summer, from the beginning of spring to the end of summer, my skin is just in bad shape. And it's like, and I noticed that when I converted to Islam, and the first summer that I was covering up, my skin would itch. Like, even though my skin was covered, my skin would still itch. And then it's like, on top of that, and to make matters worse, when I would be outside and I would have my overgarment on, and my arms would I would literally be sweating. And then on top of that, the sweat would also make the irritation of my skin even worse. So, even if it is a requirement, and if people will look down on me for not wearing it all the time, I'm like, oh, better than what it was before. Like, and I noticed that not only do, when I was Christian, not only can you be judged by other Christians, but when I joined Islam, I didn't think that I would have to worry about that, because It's like with this religion, you're always learning something. That's another reason why what drew me to this religion. Because there's always something to learn. You can never get to a point where you could say you know it all. Because this religion, there's like no such thing. And I just got tired of, living up to society's rules on how people should dress and the type of bathing suits that always coming out, and like even if I wasn't Muslim, the type of bathing suits that they wear, I would definitely would have wanted to wear one. Because when I first went swimming with that on, that was the first time I felt comfortable in a swimsuit. Like, I didn't feel exposed. And so much. I mean, even though it's like when I joined it, I knew there was a lot of things I had to give up. Like, I used to love doing my nails. I had to give that up. Pork, I really didn't care. Because I really didn't eat it anyway. Ever since my mom was diagnosed with high blood pressure, I wasn't really into eating it like that anyway. Unless it was bacon. But that was it. Other than that, I didn't eat pork. But, and then, once I started going to the masjid, I felt at home. Like this was where I was meant to be. But then it's like at the same time, I felt like I was being judged by everybody. Like everybody was looking at me differently. I guess because of my disability or whatever. But, and there is another masjid around here that mostly young people go to. That's like for mostly people my age go to. Like the one that I started going to is mostly like people around my cousin's age. My cousin's age and up. So, but the only reason why I didn't switch to the other masjid was because somebody told me the Iman there was fake. I don't know how true that is. And I know I probably shouldn't go based on what other people say. I should check it out myself. But I just don't know if they have everything that this masjid has. Like the Arabic class. I know they have the Jumar, and they probably have the Sunday service too. The lectures on Sunday. But my thing is, so I didn't really know. I mean, maybe I should move out of Jersey. Then oh yeah, and today, to make a long story short, since it's almost 30 minutes. At my program they had a Clemington Park trip. They had the Clemington Park trip today. I didn't go because most of the people that not only worked in the kitchen but from the pre-vote program went on that trip. So that's one of the reasons why I chose to stay. And plus, I want, if even if I would have had the money for the ticket, it's not like I would have went on any rides. I would have just been walking around, which I could go to program and walk around for free. Then I would have saw stuff. Then they would have had merchandise there that I probably wouldn't have been able to get because I wouldn't have had no money. Because I don't have no money. So I would have been depressed and bored and everything else. I mean, I could have gone just to get out, but I just didn't want to. But anyway, for this video gets too long. Thanks for watching. Click like and subscribe. And yeah. This is the milk. I didn't add the marker to it this time. So I just wanted to keep it simple because it already looks like Similac. Some people claim it looks like Similac a little bit. You know, the powder form. You know, when you take the powder version and you mix it with water. So, yeah. I just said bye before. So, bye.